13 years old, and lately, life has felt like a whirlwind of emotions I can't quite name. So, it started with a huge round of puberty. My body began to change in ways I didn't fully understand. And suddenly, everything felt different. But now, that perception is shifting, and it's not for the better. Suddenly, I wasn't just me anymore. I was a girl, and it seemed that the world had a lot to say about what that meant. My coaches, my teammates, and even girls in my class, all of them seemed to be looking at me differently. And I couldn't help but started looking at myself differently too. Instead of focusing on how fast I could run or how high I could climb, I started focusing on things I'd never cared about before. Did my legs look strong enough in these shorts? Am I looking attractive in my uniform? I began to think how others saw me. And no matter what I did, I felt like I didn't measure up. I didn't stop being a player because I didn't love sports. I stopped because I started reading the way I felt every time I stepped onto the field. My confidence crumbled under the pressure of feeling like I have to look a certain way to be good enough. At first, I thought that the problem was my body. I thought if I could just change it, make it stronger, firmer, or more perfect, then I'd feel better. But what I didn't realize back then was that the problem wasn't my body at all. It was the way society taught me to see it. Everywhere I saw, from social media to magazines, I saw images of girls who seemed flawless. They were thin but curvy, muscular but delicate. It was an impossible standard. And yet, I felt like that was what I was supposed to be. What no one told me was that being a teenager is hard enough without the constant pressure to look perfect. Puberty changes everything: your body, your emotions, and even your place in this world. And for girls, it's quite for the first time when we realize that people see us not just as individuals, but as objects to be judged. The truth is that I wasn't struggling because I wasn't pretty enough or skinny enough. I was struggling because I started to believe that my worth was tied with my appearance. And that's what so many teens go through, especially girls. I am learning now that my body is more than just something to be looked at. It's an instrument, not an ornament. It's what lets me run, climb, laugh, and dance. It's what takes me through my hardest days and helps me celebrate my best ones. But I also know that the world we live in doesn't always make it easy to feel this way. That's why we need to start changing the conversation. We need to stop defining people by how they look and start valuing them for who they are. To every teenager out there struggling with these feelings, I want you to know that you're not alone. It's okay to feel frustrated, confused, or even angry about how the society treats you. But remember, you're so much more than just your appearance. Your body is good because it's yours. It's what makes you you. And no matter what the world says, that's enough. I know overcoming this problem is not as easy as it seems. But if I could overcome it, I believe you can also do the same. For overcoming my anxiousness, I took help of Sia. Not that singer Sia, but something else. S. Shift your focus. Our confidence, creativity, and authenticity speaks more than our personality. So whenever anybody tells you negatively about your personality, don't stress. Instead, focus on the qualities that you have. I too started focusing on polishing my qualities instead of my appearance. I. Ignore. Ignore each and every obstacle that makes you feel you are less. Every comment, every judgment, and everything else that you see by looking at yourself in the mirror. You're no less than anyone else, so don't let anyone monopolize your thoughts. A. Acknowledge yourself. When everyone else is standing against you, then you must always stand for yourself. We must always acknowledge each and every child of ours and be authentic. To be honest, Sia has helped me a lot to again regain control over myself and my priorities. Before I head out, I want to leave you with a thought. Don't change yourself from outside, rather, transform yourself from inside. And believe me, that is what everyone is going to admire. Thank you.